Texas tax deed auction secrets. We're going to talk about 10 hot online auctions where you can find some property, possibly dirt cheap in the great state of Texas. You can flip it, make some money, and this is one of the best ways to get started in real estate in an unconventional way. You know, if you're sick and tired of seeing real estate skyrocket, you can't afford it maybe, well, Texas is a great place, and you can do these auctions online from home and buy some dirt cheap properties. Texas is one of my favorite places to get started with tax deeds. They have 254 counties and they do sales every single month. So if you haven't been getting started there and you're on the sidelines, take action, start buying some properties and making some money in real estate. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I like Texas and 10 really great online auctions that you can finally get started with when it comes to getting into real estate. So first off, what do I love about Texas? I love, like I said, an auction the first Tuesday of every single month. So what we do is we keep an eye on the auction about 2 weeks before, okay? So we want to go pull the list of property, and then you want to do your research. Now, remember this, about 90 to 95% of the properties are going to redeem as they get close to the sale. So you want to make sure you have some properties that you can obviously look at. Now, one of the benefits of an online auction is the fact that you don't have to travel. One of the biggest rookie mistakes that I see people make is if they fly to an auction and they're like, oh, I don't like this, all my properties were redeemed. And then I say, well, how many properties did you look at? And they're like,
well, we had 8 properties and they all got redeemed.
If you're gonna travel, like for example, when we go to Houston, we always like to have, 50 to 90 properties to look at over the period of 2 days. And then the day of the auction, we're left with, anywhere between 10 to 20 properties because things get redeemed. The nice thing about doing it online is 2 things. You can actually do multiple auctions at the same time, and you don't have to travel, so you can do it from home, which is absolutely awesome. The other cool thing about Texas is, first off, it's obviously a deed state. There's a 6-month right of redemption in Texas, and what that means is the homeowner has an opportunity to redeem you. But the caveat is they have to pay 25% interest on the on what you've paid. So let's say it's a $100,000 house and you get it for $20,000. Pretty good deal. We've seen deals like that all day long. They have to pay 25% interest on that $20,000. From our experience, what we've noticed is the fact that most of the time they don't redeem, okay? You end up getting the property. Now, key thing, when you get the property, it's now your responsibility. You have to insure that property, okay? So what if it burns down? We use a place called Farmer Brown's Insurance, and you can get insurance on that property and away you go. So if you guys like this channel, if you like cheap real estate and making money, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you like this. This channel is dedicated to helping folks get into real estate. I share my story. I was working on an oil rig back in the day, miserable. And it was tax deed investing that allowed me to escape that rat race. And real estate really provided me with a life that I didn't really imagine was possible. So that's why we do this, right? Real estate is a tool to create wealth, residual income, and a legacy, which is why you're probably here. I'd say the biggest challenge you'll face is actually taking action and actually doing it. Obviously it feels good to watch YouTube, but unless you are taking action, it's like reading a menu and expecting to feel full after a good meal, right? It's one thing to read about a nice steak. I want to eat the steak, you know what I'm saying? So another thing to be aware of in Texas is avoid properties that are homesteaded, okay? Basically, the homestead redemption is 2 years. Now, it is a higher interest rate. However, if it says homestead exemption, avoid those because it's a 2-year redemption, which, maybe you're okay with that. They are sometimes a lot nicer houses, but, I just don't like my money being tied up for that long, okay? The other thing to be aware of, especially at an in-person auction, is HOA, Homeowner Association auctions, because the interesting thing is the same sheriff that auctions the taxes often auctions the Homeowner Association properties. And the crappy thing about that is the mortgage does not get erased, okay? So you're stuck with that mortgage. I see people make that mistake. They think they're getting a smoking deal, and then they inherit the mortgage. The beauty of tax deeds is the fact that if you get one of these properties, the mortgage is erased, which is totally awesome. Now, the thing you need to be aware of, though, is any type of city or municipal lien on property, right? Because the county's not the biggest fan of wiping themselves out. So let's say, it's a $100,000 property. Maybe they've cleared some garbage or had to do some sort of work. to the property or clean up some sort of nuisance, then they could have attached to it, some sort of, if they're cutting the lawn and then there's interest on that. So avoid that because those won't get wiped out. So once again, if you like real estate, I always give this analogy, some people like to read a cookbook and take action. Other people not really into reading the cookbook. They want to go get the burger. So if you want some help with this stuff, in the description below, you can book a call with us. We can take you by the hand. Heck, you can even come join us at one of these auctions if you want. But we can take you by the hand, show you how to find some of these properties in the next 30 days, and build you a custom game plan. We can help you do your research on the properties you're looking at to make sure you're not making any mistakes. We'll go through it with you. So there's a QR code on the screen. You can schedule a call with us, totally free call, and we can help you get into this business quickly. That's the name of the game. I had a coach when I got started and got training, and that really helped. So you guys can do that if you'd like. There's a link in the description or a QR code here on the screen. If not, we got tons of videos online. So what are the top 10 auctions online for you to be checking out that are coming up the first Tuesday of the month? All right, so we have Dallas County, Dallas, Texas. That's going to be on realauction.com. You can check that out. We have Montgomery County. Okay, that's Conroe, the city of Conroe, Texas. That's going to be also on Real Auction. From there, Kaufman County, okay, the city of Kaufman, they're going to have an online auction platform also using realauction.com. From there, Comal County in New Braunfels, I can't even say the name of the city. The Texans are going to make fun of me so bad for that, but that's okay. New Braunfels, I don't know how to say it. You know what?
I did terrible in school. English was my worst topic. It doesn't give me a pass, but hey, that's how it is. We're here.
The next one is going to be Tarrant County in Fort Worth, and that's going to be done by Renee Bates Auctioneers, okay? From there, San Antonio in Bexar County, they're going to use the Line Barger, Goggin, Blair, and Simpsons LP. So if you just Google online San Antonio tax deed sale, you go to the Line Barger website, you can select the date and go from there. Now, from here, obviously Harris County is an in-person auction. You have to go to that one. Travis County is going to be MVBA Law handles that one. El Paso, Bid for Assets, and Collin County McKinney will also be the Lineberger site. So pay attention to those as well if it's going to be an online or in-person auction. We like to go to a lot of in-person auctions, but we also attend them online as well. So for you to get started, an online auction can be a great way to see trial this operation, right? My first auction was in person, but I recommend taking some action and attending an online auction. The thing about this stuff is it doesn't take that much time, right? It just takes consistency, and it takes getting out of your comfort zone to actually do something new and put in the effort. The challenge, in my opinion, these days is we live in a world where just everything is so easy, right? Everything's taken care of for the most part. We've, in a sense, become very, very soft. We don't have to work too hard, right? It's the story of the tack and the elephant's butt, where it's this elephant sits on a thumbtack for its whole life. And, eventually that thumbtack starts to rot and whatever, turn gangrene. And one day the elephant's dying because it sits on the same thumbtack. And his little elephant buddy's like, why didn't you just move off the tack? And then the big elephant that's dying, it's like, it didn't hurt enough, right? And sadly, that's most humans, right? If you're working a decent job, you wish you had more, or you're saying, wouldn't it be nice? It's going to take some action to do this. And that action is going to be hard to do because you have to break habits, right? Because you'd be a millionaire right now if you had the habits to create $1 million. And most people underestimate the gap between where they are and becoming a millionaire. And the first step is to take action with real estate or an actual tool that can do it. Now, some of you guys might get a deal in the very first month. Sometimes you might have to go to a few of these sales. The key thing, though, is to take action. And we really try to provide some help for you guys to do that. So tons of videos on the channel. Go check them out if you're looking for a new way to finally get into real estate. From there, if you like this, thumbs up, subscribe. And if you really want some help, like I mentioned, you can book a call. They're totally free. There's a QR code on the screen. It'll take you to a calendar. Schedule a call. We can help you get ready for an auction. We can see if it's a fit to work together, take you by the hand, give you a little nudge if you need it to do this, and maybe help save you some trial and error. So on that, I will sign off, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.